Welcome back to the Magic Board Quest. Today we're here with Ryan Lovelace talking about the Magic Board.
Where is he? Is that fucker? I'm waiting for my board. I've seen him around here somewhere.
I've been waiting for my board.
Smell him.
Hi, I'm Miles, and I really like surfboards. Welcome to the Magic Board Quest.
Now what's this one?
I thought you knew. Shit.
This is my board. This is my first one I shaped.
Yeah, this is Vbowls #1.
Epic.
This was like any of the mid-lengths, at least, that have become models for me. Like, this was a personal board. Like, I always tell people, like, my mid-length stuff, those are my boards. Like, for other people.
Yeah.
Short boards and stuff, those are like investigations with like my team guys and other guys, because this is what I surf. Like,
yeah.
I surf mid-length stuff.
Right.
I'm fat. But yeah, this is Vbowls #1.
Wow.
It really, like, the Vbowls to me came like out of a time where I was surfing like displacement holes only. And I was really burnt on it. Like, not burnt, but I was just like, there's got to be more to surfing than this.
Right.
I mean, like, I want to do a fucking floater sometime. I want to do a turn.
Yeah.
I had gone to Australia, and all of the waves like looked like sick points, but they're really pockety, like wind swell type points. So all the tension is back in the pocket, and there's nothing on the wall. Where Rincon, Malibu, anywhere around here is longer period swell.
Right.
So there's still torque out there.
Sure. Yep.
So I was like, how do I get that like rolling thing that I love about a displacement hole into a board, but in the tail end of it? And so it was basically like decoding what makes a displacement hole do that, and then throw it all back here, like between your feet, like in a modern sense. Because like when displacement holes were like, I think, originally theorized and created, surfing was so much more forward.
Yeah.
And it was forward trim, forward motion, and you
cool.
step back to turn. It's like if that feeling is the central feeling that we're going for, okay, let's modernize it. So let's figure out where that translates into the modern sense of surfing, so we're not stuck on the front of the board, because now we're stuck on the tail end of a board.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's translate that farther back. And that was so that was like the mentality going into this.
Yeah.
It was basically flipping the whole thing backwards.
Right.
Let's go wide point back.
Yep.
Let's make the apex of the rocker in the tail. Let's fucking lengthen the thing out so it still has trim speed, but basically taking a lot of cues off of like Wayne Lynch type outlines, like that one that I showed you earlier.
Right.
But making it modern. Like, I feel like so many of those like hulls and like older school single fins are all made by older crew.
Yeah.
And they're made for that mentality and that approach.
Yeah.
I've liked that end of surfing, obviously, but how do we make that for like our generation? Right? Like, how do we fucking make it a little more exciting? How do we take the 50 years of surfboard development and design and shaping knowledge that have like come out since those came about, and make it new? Yeah. So like, that's always been my approach, especially with mid-lengths. Like,
how long had you been shaping when you made this?
Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 years.
Wow. Cool.
7 years. I got a frog in my throat. Water. Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
I'm dying.
Catch my death on fucking YouTube. Now that I'm not dead. Design-wise, like, there's a few things immediately that I changed on the next ones, because you learn a lot on the first one. Yeah. And then, like, through the evolution of a board, you learn, I think, less and less each individual board, because you're just refining, and you're, if you have like vector points, you're like bouncing from one wall to the other in a direction. It just gets tighter. Yeah. Like, I like that analogy for all of life, but like,
absolutely,
shit gets less.
Yep.
Like, unknowable. So like, this thing really quickly, I gave it more nose rocker. So you tell this thing is dead flat up there. Yeah. I did a little bit less hard edge, not a ton less, but you can see how much hard edge there is. This is like the back third of the board is hard edge. Yeah.
Kind of like here.
And then a little bit more roll came into it, and then eventually, if you could kind of see on that white one, there's like a little element of triplane, just barely, like this much. Yeah. So it's basically as the belly is like releasing into the V here. Yeah. And eventually threw a concave into that V, which I don't know if yours has or not. I don't
remember. I have to look at the ruler.
You can feel it if it just goes woo. Right, you'll know. Like
I think it does have
like
concave.
that white one.
It's like spiral V or double.
Yeah. So like once you drop that concave in, all of a sudden you have like a concave and then a convex where the belly is trying to resolve out here.
Yeah, it's got to blend.
So if you run that and basically create that as a triplane instead, you end up having like a small triplane section right here.
Yeah.
That eventually like unleashes into the belly forward. So all that belly like rolls out through the rail while the V comes up. The whole thing, and then it goes like this, and
Yeah. When you're designing a board, this is sort of a side question. Are you visualizing how the water's hitting and where it's flowing and where it's compressing and where it's opening it up? And
yeah, I don't really believe in compression too much with water under a surfboard.
It doesn't compress, but where it puts pressure, because that's what I think of when I think of like a single concave. It's kind of all these arrows pointing. I guess in the out.
I'm really thinking about grip and release. That's my big thing. Like round is holding water and concaves or flats are releasing water. So where are we trying to hold the water and where are we trying to let it go?
Right.
And like in what moments are you looking for hold? In what moments are you looking, so you're weighing all these things against each other.
Cool.
Are you looking for trim speed? What helps get you there?
Yeah.
If you're using a design element to gain you trim speed, is that fucking some other feature that you wanted? And then how do you get those together? Like the concave and the convex. Like convex is like sucking and holding water. Concave is pushing and lifting. So you honestly have opposing forces going on both ends of the sport. How do you meet them? How do you meet them right where your feet are, and make that a good thing?
Right.
Right. Because you can make a huge fucking wobble.
Right.
Or like in the FM, you can kind of create that wobble on purpose to make it a pivot point. So, and then you can't sleep anymore because you do.
Whoa, check the deck on this. What?
Yeah, no one really sees the deck of the first
Whoa, what book is this?
Siddhartha?
No way. That's awesome. What?
Yeah, D-Lane.
That's so cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's sick as hell. That's so awesome. Oh, yeah, here it is.
Yeah, this board.
Wow, I've never seen that before. That's awesome.
This board really like happened in a big time of like transition for me.
Okay, wow.
Surfing wise and, you know, kind of kicking displacement hulls, at least for my own surfing to the curb for a while. I also like Shed Point Concept, which was my first like brand. I had a big breakup with the dingleberries. There was a bunch of stuff shifting for me. And I was 23, 24.
Yeah.
Like right in the prime of like my like early 20s, saying like, okay, I think I know the direction I want. Like this is what I want out of life. Yeah. So like this board, like making my own boards too is always like for me. It's like a very personal thing when I shape it.
Wow, cool.
And so like this was a very obviously I was feeling something. But this, I mean, oddly enough, that's the thing, right? Like that's exactly the thing. It keeps proving itself over and over to me that if you put that part of yourself and you put that much care and thought and like of yourself into a board, there is a result. Shaping this board, making this board resulted in the next fucking 6 years of me like actually having a viable career path out of this, right? Like the Vbowls clicked off for me at the time. It was like Vbowls mania. I couldn't make enough of them for years. And that comes out of actually giving a shit.
And trying something
like,
new. And
even what now 15 years later plus like the stab thing last year, the electric acid test, I did the same thing on Ross's board. Like that was the thing. I was like, I want to do this start to finish, all by hand. I want to glass it. I want anyone else to touch this thing. There's the result. And then I won. Like there is a fucking connection. And then going back into the magic board thing, there's some intangible thing that I think comes out of hand making surfboards. And like hand building them one, hand shaping them next, and doing them start to finish above that, and then doing them like start to finish for yourself, for friends, for people you actually have a connection with. There's something fucking there. And it's like something worth like making sure stays defined and sacred. I think. Right. It could be stupid.
So cool. It's I love knowing that this is the DNA behind. This is like the grandparent of every Vbowls and like.
Oh, Grandpappy Vbowls.
Oh, Grandpappy Vbowls. Sick. So cool.
Yeah, this thing.
Yeah, it is interesting seeing some of the changes. Like the tail changed a tiny bit.
That's a big one. You know what?
The nose like sort of changed a little bit of shape.
There's a couple versions of the nose like over time. Like some of them like got a little like wider out here, and then they got smaller.
I've actually always wanted to ask you this question. I don't know if this is real, but if you think about the wave and you think about your stringer, I feel like because the nose is so narrow, it like hugs. It has this like the line is kind of like torqued in towards it, and it's got this crazy like it hugs in a trim unlike any other board. Like there's something I don't know what it is. But there's
Very
something
rarely
there.
do people like talk about the trim speed of a Vbowls,
Oh
especially
my
in that
God.
moment. That I mean, as you know, surfing one generally.
Yeah.
This much of the board barely matters.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah.
It's fucking. It's
Yeah.
kind of in the way sometimes, or it's like you're surfing around that thing.
Sure. Yep.
That's the moment it's there for.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Because when you have like that much long straight rail line, when you
yeah.
stick that thing to the face,
Oh.
oh my God! Like
It's
especially
crazy.
because it's really thinned out, it's really bold. That's where like the convex
And
comes
it's nice
into play.
and flat too, so it just like locks right in.
100%.
It's a crazy. It's a crazy. But
It's
I've
a
always
really
wondered that
unique
because
thing.
it's like I think of it as sort
Yeah.
of being triangle shaped, that the stringer actually like you can like carve a tighter line to the face.
Well, think about it this way: you can suck in tighter for sure because you don't have
Yeah.
all this width up
Right.
there.
Right.
There's a long flat rail line there. What makes
Yeah.
a board trim fast is like straightness and flatness.
Right,
So
right.
this thing is straight as hell
Yeah.
from here all the way up.
Right.
And then on top of that, so not only is this really nice for trimming, on top of
Yeah.
that, you've got all this width back here.
Right. Same
Width
thing.
creates lift.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you've got
It's
all
doing it
this
on
lift
both
coming
sides.
from the back, and the
Yeah.
front is fucking knifing in. So
Yeah.
that thing is just like a fucking rocket.
It's so
like
sick. Yeah.
that's why the 8.0s and like the 710s feel crazy because
Right.
that's just amplified. I had a 10-footer.
Yeah.
That was really sick, and that's all that thing did. Like
wow.
you just stick that thing into trim. There's a couple times where I was like, it turned fun too, but
Yeah.
that thing just locked that thing into trim, and you just lose your
Yeah.
fucking brains.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's so
so
different.
fun, yeah.
And so like those are the things like that of Vbowls when you start to unlock those different little moments. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, there is
You're like,
actually
what
a
the heck is
lot to
going on
learn
here?
on this
This
thing.
is awesome,
This
yeah.
is not normal. I always thought it'd be cool to do an April Fool's joke where you're like blowing up a new model online for like 2 weeks or so and like not revealing it.
Oh
blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
And then come out with like 3 fins. I call it the Thrustor. So I'm just like, people are like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Waste my
the
time.
logo's like 3 middle fingers.
Totally, dude. Just 3 opposing position finlets.
Never done before.
3 middle fingers.
All right. Well, what do we have here?
This is a surfboard with 3
I like
fins.
surfboards. 3
I already
fins,
said,
it's a
okay, next.
thruster.
This is this is like my favorite V-bowls I've ever had. This is my baby. I surfed this for years. Every fun-ish day, like this was my jam.
So presumably you've had a lot of V-bowls.
Lots of V-bowls.
What?
Yeah.
How does this one stand out?
This one generally, I tend to like animate my boards more. In fact, that's like my word for these, where I'll go a little thicker than usual. I'll taper the rails more than usual. I'll give it a little extra rocker.
Yeah, you just
I'll go
kinda drag
deeper on the
that line up a
concave.
little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just goes whoop.
Yeah.
And I just love it because then it just, all of the different features like have just a little bit more exclamation points on them.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool.
so for me, like a lot of my surfing, especially in a V-bowls, is like sensory. Like I'm just trying to feel different stuff and like that rolling connectivity and blah, blah,
Yeah.
like nobody is surfing a V-bowls to show out. Like they're like, I'm gonna go do this sickest, biggest turn you ever saw. Like nobody's ever looking at somebody on a V-bowls be like, damn. But I guarantee you what that person's feeling when they're doing almost nothing is fucking psycho.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing about a V-bowls is it's a feeling and it's an internal thing and it's like a seeking for yourself. It's not like
well
a
said.
showing your buddies.
Yeah. Now I'm curious, do you think this one being a magic one is explainable in all those little differences, or is there some kind of unattainable magic dust that somehow this one's got some weird wonk that makes it extra special?
There's no wonk in my board. No, I'm just kidding. What are you saying?
Well, I'm curious because
No,
some shapers take the stance of like, if you do this
Sure.
exactly, it comes out the same. And some people are like, dude, there's also kind of like a weird magic element that like sort of works,
There's-
There's
absolutely like an intangible for sure to
okay, cool.
surfboards. You can 3D scan one and replicate it, and it will not be the same as the hand shape. You can hand shape a hand shape, it will not be the same.
Right.
Like
Right.
it's just not.
Yeah.
You won't, and that's the reason it's magic. If
Right.
it wasn't, if it was magic and you replicate it, it's
Right.
not magic. Like
Right.
that's not fucking real. Like the magic is the intangible thing. So
Yeah.
if you're saying even just the term a magic surfboard,
Yeah.
you're saying that there's an intangible fucking unknown
Yeah.
in this surfboard.
Cool.
And that's the thing. So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I think to me that, you know, you can have magic boards for a million reasons. It can be the story leading into the board and the reason that you love it. Like, it was supposed to have these fins and they ended up fucking around and put those ones on instead, but it's fucking magic.
Yeah.
Or it fucking was sitting in the rack for too long while they were doing other boards and it twisted and it's fucking magic.
Yeah.
Or it just like, my fucking dad passed away while we were shaping it.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Right.
It's just, there's these intangible little things, and I think a lot of it comes down to story and personal connection to the board. But you can also just go get a board off the rack somewhere, and for some reason it's magic for you. I don't know.
I've had a lot of boards that were customs for someone else that they, for some reason, didn't like, and it
100%.
goes so well for me.
100%.
It's so interesting.
My wife's favorite Vbowls was the only board that I've ever stopped building because I fucked up shaping it. I like was walking backwards and I slipped and I fucking took a chunk out of the rail with a planer. So I shelved it and then remade the guy's board.
Yeah.
And so one of the rails is quite a bit, not quite a bit thinner, but a little bit thinner than the other.
Just make it up.
Or at least I had to, they're the same, but I had to chase it down into a place where I wasn't trying to go. Had that thing glassed. It was cool. I like it just fine, but it's like fucking changed her life. It's all she wants to ride.
So
she literally has left it in her car for years, basically, in the parking lot at the harbor here, and it's like dark smoke, black tint, and dark red. Whoa. So the thing imploded in her car, and it literally has like a half-inch or more like crater in the bottom like this. She still claims it's the best board she serves. To me, I'm like, okay, now you've gone too far. Like, it's ridiculous. You could like, I just won't even have it, but she loves that board. So like, I once you like attach to a board and you're like, this is my fucking thing. Yeah. That's your board. Like I've had other V-Bowls that I really like plenty of them. Yeah. But this is my one.
Cool.
This is
amazing.
And then at the same time too, I don't think everyone needs this board. This isn't a board that I've like really thought very heavily about putting into Love Machine or anything like that. I'm like, no, this is a me board. Yeah. This is special for me. This is not special for everyone. My wife hates this board. Like despises it.
Yeah.
Hates it.
That's kind of the deal with hulls in general, and then I've said that about my V-Bowls. I'm like, if you like it, you're going to absolutely love it. Yeah. If you don't like it, you're probably never going to want to see it ever again.
Yeah. See ya.
And, But, you know, for my friends that jump on it and get a moment that it clicks, they're like, oh, whoa, I see what the deal is here.
Always, like, I'll get the question a lot for guys who are like, should I get a thick Lizzie or an FM or a V-Bowls? I'm like, well, here's the thing. Like, in your, like, need for a new board, are you seeking right now? Are you, like, looking for something new and to, like, find some different avenue within your surfing? Yeah. Or are you just trying to have a board that does X, Y, Z better and you want to go out and get your waves after work? Yeah. Because, like, if you're seeking, get a V-Bowls. Yeah. You will find something, or you will definitely learn something one way or the other. Right. But if you're just trying to get a trusty dusty board that you just throw in your car at all times, probably get a thick Lizzie.
Right. Totally, yeah.
It's cool.
That's why you got lots of boards. We sort of already talked about this, but for you, what makes a board magic?
I don't know if there's like a thing that makes it magic. I don't think. Like, I think it's, for me, a lot of time it's like a personal connection to a board, right? It's like I've like enjoyed making the board. It came from a cool place of like seeking for myself. I don't make a lot of boards for myself. So like when I do, they're intentional. And I think once I like go through that process, like the curiosity of making it and then creating, getting what's in my brain into a board, and then like the glassing and seeing it come through, and then I got a new board. If that then translates into like a really good session or two, or 3, and then 4 and 5, and then years of good sessions, tell me it's not magic. Like that's the shit, right? That's what we're going for. Is like, so for me, it usually starts early on in my relationship with the board, and like the same thing when I'm shaping for other people. Like a lot of times I can tell, like, oh, this thing's gonna fucking click, and then sometimes you don't know, right? Like sometimes it's like we were saying earlier, like the wonky rail board that my wife loves. Right. I would never pick that one out as a magic board for anyone, but who am I to say? So like you have to also know like that you know nothing, right? Right. Then sometimes you think a board's gonna be magic, and it's a total plug. Yeah. So like, magic isn't guaranteed. Right. Magic isn't knowable. Right. Magic isn't like an equation that you can create. It's not something you replicate, and that's why it's magic. Like that's why it's fucking special.
You can't really have it. It's kind of here or there.
Like you take some of these words for granted, I think, in surfing, like hand shaping, like cool. It's like, no, these actually have a very specific definition within our culture.
Yeah.
And it's like worth like giving those some credit and be like, yeah, magic is magic because it's fucking magic. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't think we're supposed to know.
Yeah.
If we know, then it's not magic anymore, right?
Yeah. I love it. Then another thing, I was trying to think about how to phrase this question, but how would you describe your shaping philosophy and your style?
Balls to the wall.
And like, how did you find it even? I don't know, because it's so
I put my balls on the wall. No.
Well, I just think of your style, like you can pick up any one of these boards with no logos on it, and you would know based on, especially if you surfed it, feeling the rocker, feeling the rails, feeling foiling is like distinctively Lovelace to me. Was that always just like you knew what you wanted, or it slowly developed over time, or where did that like signature Lovelace come from?
Develops over time, and like understanding what I want out of a board and where I belong in my shaping and where my work belongs, what my lane is.
Yeah.
For me, I want my surfing to be like sensory, like especially in mid-lengths specifically. Like I want it to provide a feeling that's like really unique. And so like for me, it was like distilling, what is that unique feeling? What is it created by? Why does this board feel so much better than that one? And then how do I then distill that one thing and spread it through all of my things? And so like that was kind of that moment for me. It was like as I was creating the Vbowls, really was distilling that thing that I wanted and that feeling. And then it's like, okay, well, how do I shape all these other boards that'll like get you these different moments in your surfing, but with that central feeling and with that ability. And there's a few things that make a board do that for sure. So like making sure that I keep those similar. And it's odd now being in Hawaii, like a lot of those things have to go away because there's so much more wave. Vbowls in Hawaii isn't great because a lot of my stuff is creating the speed that the wave is not creating. Right. But then how, like I said, like how do you take that feeling and translate it into a board now for a different wave? What a fucking cool challenge. So that's been now like fun. 5-6 years of like fucking around with my mid-lengths for Hawaii.
Hawaii
and
bowls.
I really feel like in the last year and a half, I've like clicked in and was like,
oh, cool.
This is it. And now I know. And it's not guessing anymore. Now I fucking know.
Nice.
And so it's fun to like have to relearn what you know. And like flip a switch and be like, okay, what's over there? What don't I know? Instead of saying I know everything.
Curiosity and creativity.
Totally.
That's
Figure
awesome.
it out. That's the fun part. If you think that you make a perfect board every time, then why are you still shaping? Like you should be searching. Like you should be always seeking something new, something different.
That's
or just
the
some
artist's
variation.
way.
Otherwise you're just doing production. And that's fine too. That's fine. We all need it to like get by in this world. And that's like to me though, like even then like production hand shaping, there's still like an art. And being a ninja with your planer, so it's the same every time. Like there's still art in that,
gnarly.
you know. So it's all worthwhile to me.
One question I have been really excited to ask you is, how do you think about the business of surfing? Because I look at what you do is really different with like
episode 2
hand shape. Right.
Here we go.
But hand shapes and trim craft and Love Machine and the licensing and the whole presence is like really special and cool, and you don't see everybody doing that.
I'm just dumb enough to try.
Hell yeah.
That's what I kind of boil it down to. I was like, just dumb enough to keep trying. No, I really do enjoy the business part too. Like it activates a part of my brain that's really fun and really interesting. It's problem solving, right? Like at the end of the day, I think like my brain is for engineering and problem solving. And like there is a lot of engineering and problem solving in small business to figure out.
That's cool.
So it definitely like makes my brain like thinking, I love creative solutions, like figuring out, okay, where's this whole puzzle of things? Like, okay, so I've traveled Europe and Australia and the East Coast for shaping for years and years and years every summer, and built all these great relationships and connections and just fondness more than anything for these places and these like parts of the industry and these little networks of people. How do you then like, and then as my like notoriety or popularity or demand grew, how do you then connect that, right? Because all of it is one thing for me. But all of a sudden I have all this demand in California that I didn't have early on. And now I can't travel to go shape because I just have too much to do here.
Right.
How do I then help provide boards for those guys?
Yeah.
Because I think that I'm doing something unique, right? That feeling we're talking about, like there's uniqueness there. Okay, how do I then provide that for them? But then in that same way, how do I provide that for them while empowering their local surfboard economy without fucking them, right? Without just shipping containers full of boards to Europe that were built here. How do I use my relationships and the factories I've worked with and the people that I really fall in love with and put that together to make a productive solution for my problem of having too much demand and too much desire to like share what I think is interesting.
Right.
Also with the problem of not fucking my friends and instead of not fucking them, helping them fucking grow.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
So that's like, to me, problem solving and creative solutions, that's when the business part comes in. Like, how do we solve this?
Yeah.
And so like Trimcraft was my first real trial in that, and it was like fantastic for a while. My goal, like underlying with Trimcraft, was how do we get guys that want to be like full-on hand shaping professionals, or that already have been or already are and are having a hard time getting the work. How do we give them the full-time work that they need, or an extra 8% of work so that they can make their shit real? And how do we help them grow?
Cool.
So like a lot of the shapers for Trimcraft were guys you've never heard of or new guys.
Yeah.
And like John Simon like grew his like knowledge and his through and with, and like guys like Michael Arnold came fully formed.
Yeah.
Like I was told by a number of people I should check this guy out. He had just moved up to Ventura, and this was years and years ago. And I was like, cool, whatever, I'm really busy. And then we needed a shaper for Trimcraft. He was interested, so I told him to come up. And I hadn't done this approach with somebody, but I like handed him a Pavel fish that I was from the 70s that I had that was really sick. And I was like, here's a blank, here's a board, shape this.
Whoa.
And I wanted to see if I could have somebody hands off that was that good.
Whoa.
Right? Like that could make life and the business side easier.
Yeah. I
came back 3 hours later. It's the most perfectly shaped board I've ever seen in my life, pretty much. And I was just floored. And I was like, this guy's a monster. And I was like, done, you're on. And now look at it, and everybody knows Michael's a fucking maniac with a planer now. I was like, but it was just, you know, like the goal for Trimcraft was like, how do you get a guy like that?
Yeah.
How do you give a lens that I had, or like eyes on me? How do I divert those eyes to these guys instead and help you guys grow? Because I can't do the volume that I'm doing, you know, without a CNC. And I didn't want to do that at the time. I didn't understand the approach that I needed for that to work.
Yeah.
And then years go by and everyone's got their careers. Some guys are too busy to do Trimcraft now. They do all this stuff. I'm like, it worked.
Cool.
And now it's kind of like faded into the background a bit. I'm like, what we wanted to have happen worked.
That's awesome.
Granted, I did want a thriving business that could help me make a living. That never happened. I never took a paycheck out of Trimcraft out of 6 years.
Oh, wow.
And it was a full-time gig on top of my stuff, on top of running a shop.
Yeah.
But the underlying goal of the whole thing was to give other guys work and other guys opportunity. That was my motivation. So like that worked. We got it there. And so now that's faded in the background, and I understood through that I needed a version of that would work for me as a person, because I need to like learn to take care of myself. It doesn't come naturally to me. But I understood like, okay, if I'm going to output that many hours of my day, it needs to somehow come back in a form that I can support a family, that I could buy a house, when I can get a car that has air conditioning. I can, oh my God, like these fucking little things that like, as you're almost 40, like become pretty important, or like you just want. So Love Machine was basically like, I mean, you can look back through interviews 15 years ago, and I'm theorizing Love Machine.
I remember seeing this.
Guys will say like, well, when are you going to go on the machine? And we're like, well, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
That's not what I like to do. I love hand shaping. That's my freedom.
Yeah.
But if a time comes where I need to do something like that, I'll make it very transparent.
Yep.
I'll call it something like Lovelace on the machine. That's fucking obvious that you can tell it's different from my stuff.
Yeah.
And then my buddy was here, and he was, he works at a major production shortboard company, and he was giving me some shit, which he always does. He's good at that one. And he asked me that question. I was like, well, I'll just call it Lovelace on the machine. He was like, you just call it Love Machine.
Boom.
Done. And I mean, that night I bought the domain, and like started getting the LLC together, and I was like, it's on. Like, and that was at the exact same time that I was shutting down my orders for a year because I was too backed up. I had like 300 plus orders backed up. My wait was almost 2 years.
Wow.
COVID had just kind of started, and I was just like looking at it. I was like, Trimcraft was already like really fading out, and I was just like, dude, this is it. This is time, place, knowledge. This is like everything comes together without trying. Yeah. Right? That's what I always want if I'm doing business stuff. Like everything's got to fit and go foomp without me forcing anything. Yeah. And then I know I can follow that. Yeah. I'm not good at like daydreaming and thinking this is what I want in my life, so I have to do these things to like manipulate my life and put it together. Yeah. I just have my eyes open at all times. Yeah. And then when everything comes together and someone's like, "Oh, you just call it Love Machine," boom, put your puzzle together and go. Right? Like I react more than like create. So like I'm a little slower, I think. That's so awesome. But when it happens, it's right, and I know it's the right thing. Yeah. So like, Love Machine was like, okay, let's take what I learned from Trimcraft in terms of like working with other people, managing a brand, trying to learn about this, that, and the other, and figure out how it works for me. Yeah. And then also at the same time, I have this network of factories that some of my like favorite people in the world own and run. Let's fucking plug and play, bing, boom, bomb, we're on. Nice. And then immediately it's just easy. Cool. And it's like, all of that is backed up with, 15 years of relationships before any of that happens. So like when I make a phone call and be like, thinking about doing this thing, you guys want to do it? It's like a yes immediately, and then it's on. Yeah. Like it's not like we have to figure out all these details. It's like, no, we're going to do this. Yeah. It's good. So sure, it's a production brand or it's whatever, it's machine shape, but it's just fucking, to me, it's as real as it can get. Like it's solid. I love it. And it's creating jobs, and it's creating demand, and it's creating demand for work, meaning it provides a living for someone that wants to make surfboards for a living, right? Like, that's the goal, epic, right? I mean, it would be really easy to like throw it overseas and put it into a nameless factory and just try to like cash in on my name and what I've done, but it's like, I want to do like a little bit of that. I'd like to like make some of what I've done work for me. Sure. But let's try to like lift the whole thing. I really enjoy the business side. I mean, there's tons of business shit that I don't enjoy. Invoicing, of course, blah blah blah, chasing bills. I hate that shit.
I just always been so curious because it is like, it's an obvious choice. I wondered sometimes if it's lifestyle too. Of like, I can't possibly make that many boards and live.
Yeah,
a normal life.
I love emails, phone calls. That's a lifestyle for me, baby. No, I fuck myself in that aspect. Like, it's right. Like I can't shape as many boards as I was doing. Yeah. I was like, by the numbers for sure, the highest production hand shaping like outfit in the world for sure. Yeah. For like 5-6 years plus. It was 4 boards a day, 5 boards a day, 6 days a week. That's for nuts. Years. And I still somehow wasn't getting ahead at all. So like that was just like, that's when I broke. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I completely burned out. Yeah. And I was like, I have to change something. So that's when Trimcraft happened. Yeah. I was like, how do I figure this out? Because I'm also like, I guess I could have at that point just doubled my prices. But I'm just not that guy. But I mean, I'm also smart enough to look at Love Machine and know that it has legs. Yeah. And know that like, okay, if I like tidy this up, and I keep it tight, and I like make sure it's run responsibly, and everyone's happy, let's go. Like, let's do this. Like, let's make a fucking, I can back it. It's cool. It's honest. It's like built with integrity. It's real. It supports the industry. Yep. People are psyching on the boards. Okay. Like, let's make it real. Totally. Let's keep going. So I'm enthused right now. Like with that, I really enjoy doing it. The guys are psyched. Everyone's fired up right now, like making stuff and putting it all together. It feels really good.
I love it. It's so
cool.
Good
spot. I'm like, oh my God.
I've always thought it's really cool. From afar, I'm always like, that's a really sick idea. I'm curious.
It's been really fun. Yeah. And now too, I mean, a lot of other guys are hopping on the train too.
Yeah, I know. I just saw
was the idea. Yeah, like that was the goal. Is like, okay, like
Yeah, set a new standard.
Yeah, like part of me, like that small part of me is like, fuck, now everyone's doing it, right? Like that fucking dumb little Grinch in me.
Yeah,
but like a bunch of me too is just like, no, like when I started, that was the goal. It's like, how do we shift the fucking paradigm?
Ooh,
how do we like,
look at these.
Ooh, freshies.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you.
How do we like, how do we change the fucking thing so that handshaping stays what it is?
Yeah.
How do we keep it sacred? And then at the same time, how do you pull the curtain back on the machine thing so that people aren't like ashamed that they machine boards or whatever? Like, let's just make it honest so that we can talk about it, and let's take the boogeyman out.
Right.
And make it real and then move on.
Right.
And so now we're moving on.
I think all the time, I wonder what surfing's going to look like when I'm 80 years old. What are my grandkids going to ride?
It's in the computer?
Yeah. With your AI girlfriend?
Yeah, exactly. Me and Kelly had the sickest session. He died 30 years ago, but he was ripping today.
Here, plug this USB into your brain.
Oh, God. I've got the nostril port. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, shoot. I need the converter. All right. Thanks for joining us on the quest for the magic board. We'll see you next time.